Are you having like a stroke or something, dude?
Me, mama, my, me. Big brown cow. Big brown cow now.
Have you ever made a birdie?
Great. I did.
Yeah. Good job.
Part of the
On
big
best ball.
ball.
Par 5?
On
Best
best
ball.
Big brown cow.
Brown cows.
Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. Rats made me crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. Rats made me crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. I was crazy once.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Okay, let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Probably like clip this to something. Like, the fucking professional broadcaster doesn't know what he's fucking doing.
We'll just kind of
Sure.
in and out.
Yeah, whatever.
Very
We
good.
don't want to move it around too much because then you're gonna get that noise of moving it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Okay.
Well, we'll fix it.
It'll be fine. It'll pick up most of it anyways.
Well,
Fellas!
Oh wait, we gotta do that again. Oh no.
how are we today?
We're pretty good. How are you, Wild Bill?
Oh, I'm living life.
Yeah, buddy?
Yeah. Curb, how are you?
I'm good. It's hot. Shouldn't the warm jeans, but yeah, it is what it is.
Do you want to take a little break? Do you want a pair of shorts?
No, it's okay. I could cut these off mid-episode if we get into it.
Well, there's a
That'd
knife
be-
right on the desk.
that'd be
if you
interesting.
like
Yeah,
it.
we'll see how it goes. But
You look uncomfortable.
I am very uncomfortable. I am quite warm.
He's fidgeting around like, can I find one cool spot?
I'm right by the vent, so and that just turned on, so hopefully that cools me down.
You'll be all right.
So, we have a guest today, a special
Yeah.
guest.
Yes, we do.
Our first interviewee of the podcast.
Official guest interviewee. Yeah.
Fuck, I'm the first one.
Yeah.
This is Ryan.
Hello, yes.
Ryan, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
My name's Ryan Dury. Some people might recognize me as the voice of the Guelph Storm on Rogers TV. And I've been a professional broadcaster for over a decade now. And pleasure to be here with you guys.
We appreciate you coming out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anytime. So, little fact. Me and Just Ty here actually worked with Ryan's mom, and that's how we were able to get in contact with him. So, shout out Janice.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Making me do more work. Thanks, Mom.
You don't get paid.
No, that's something I've heard a lot in this business.
We don't even get paid.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I mean, at least you get beer.
Yeah.
It's 0%, but it's beer.
The best payment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
So, let's just crack right into it. I know I want to know about, when you were in Conestoga,
Mm-hmm.
you were hosting and participating in different TV broadcasts.
Yep.
Tell me about it. What kind of stuff did you do?
Yeah, and like it's funny too because like the program basically doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
And they've changed it. Like when I took it, it was called broadcast television. You could take radio, journalism, which was a lot more like newspaper, like article focused, or television, where it was a lot more learning like the tech side. So we did a lot of camera work. We learned how to produce shows. We learned how to do graphics, all that stuff. But I was lucky enough to be able to do a lot of stuff in front of the camera. And most of the stuff in first year was like really tech heavy, like learning the different aspects of how to do graphics and different things like that. Second year, we got to kind of branch out a little bit and do live productions for the first time. That was great. At least when I was there, we were always doing a Waterloo basketball game, the Santa Claus parade, and it would always be like a cooking challenge thing.
Okay.
So that was a lot of the first like live TV experience I had at school. And then the final like class that we had to take, you could either do film specific stuff or you could do a live show. I'm pretty sure Conestoga still has a TV show called Conestoga Connected. And that was basically what second year was. You were producing a segment for that TV show that Rogers aired. They had a partnership with the school. And my group did an eating challenge show. And guess who the guinea pig was? It was me, you know. And they were like, oh, well, Drury likes to eat. Like, we'll just shove him in there. So it was actually great, though. Our segment actually won an award for best student produced segment in Canada, which was pretty sick. And that had nothing to do with me. That was all like the guys that I had in my group that were very talented producers. But it was a lot of fun.
Some credit.
Well, I mean, I ate the food.
You ate all the food, so you got to give yourself some credit here and there.
I'd like to think I made it entertaining watching me suffer through some of that stuff.
What did they have you eating?
Man, so it was actually great. Like a couple of the restaurants that we did, because we did it all like local stuff in the Waterloo area, and a couple of them like invented eating challenges for us. Smokin' Tony's Barbecue was the first one we did, and they invented this like Goliath meat eater sandwich. There was 3 pounds of meat on it.
Holy shit.
There was so much brisket, and I was feeling unreal. It was the first one. I powered through the first half of the sandwich, and then like the meat sweats start kicking in. It's just like I'm not gonna make it. No. But we did that one. There was one at Kiprios, which is a great breakfast place in Waterloo. We did a pancake stack challenge. That was a lot of fun. At Morty's legendary pub on Main Street there. They're really famous for their wings. They did like a huge stack burger. That was really cool. Just stuff like that. Yeah. The shit that you'd imagine someone being forced to eat a lot of, I ate it.
Okay, wait. Before we move off of this, did you finish the whole sandwich?
I didn't finish the sandwich. I completed 2 of the challenges.
Okay.
I completed the last one we did and the spaghetti one.
Okay.
There was a huge spaghetti. They gave me like a half-pound meatball stuffed with cheese, and then all this pasta. It was like 3 pounds of food.
Holy shit.
I could, look, I tell people all the time, I didn't get big by accident. And that was an interesting experience. But it was fun. That was probably the most fun thing we did in school.
Okay, so you blame college for that. I blame college for me getting stupidly skinny. So we're even.
Yeah, I mean, it balanced out. I mean, you can take some of this if you want.
Trade it off.
Yeah. No, it was great though. Like great experience. I don't know what it's like now with the program. Like it's completely different. Like the industry's changed a lot. I don't even know if, you know, the students are learning some of the stuff that we had to learn necessarily, but like it was a great school and they have a great media department, but a lot of programs like that are closing now. Like Fanshawe just got rid of theirs. Humber got rid of it. Like it's kind of sad really, but yeah.
Well, even because like after us starting this a few months ago, I've thought about it, just doing a program, even an online program.
Yep. Yeah.
But to hear about those courses closing just kind of makes me like better now than never, but also it kind of sucks that people like us wanting to go into it, we're very limited to where we can go.
I mean, it's more limited, that's for sure. I mean, it's weird. Like the industry's in a odd spot. Like it's not the United States, right? Where there's a lot of different media companies. There's basically 2 here.
Yeah.
Right. And they own everything too, which is kind of a problem. I don't know if I should say that, but I personally think it is. But there's opportunity out there, but a lot of it is driven by kind of what you guys are doing here. It's
Yeah.
self-promoted, creator-based content, which is, there's a wide open market for that. If you can find a niche and do it right, that's where you're going to find success. And the great thing about it too is you're your own boss.
Yeah.
Like you
Exactly.
guys decide how this all shakes out.
Yeah,
Like nobody's telling you to have it in by 9 o'clock on a Friday or whatever. You do it how you want.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like people that are getting into programs like what I took, there's still a lot of value in it because you learn. There's just a lot of stuff that I wouldn't know about tech wise that I'm glad I know
Mhm.
from taking those programs.
Yep, definitely.
Right. So, what about your YouTube channel that you had in Conestoga?
Which one? Like the student one or the hockey channel that I had?
Conestoga Hockey Talk.
Conestoga Hockey Talk. Yeah, like that was the thing, and I would shudder to watch it because it's probably so bad. Like I don't like to go back and like watch anything I've done. It's probably pretty bad now, but like that was the thing that my friends and I started just to do something, like just to see like what it was like. Like, hey, you know, like we were, you know, watching Steve Dangle like build his channel up as like an example, right? And I'm buddies with Steve. Like he's a really interesting dude. And we were kind of inspired. We were like, well, why can't we try and do something? Like, we don't care if anybody watches it.
Yeah.
We just want to see what it's like to produce our own content. And we're already here. We have all the equipment for free because we're students.
Yeah.
And they were great about it too. Like the school, like our professors they let us use the TV studio
Oh, wow.
as long as it wasn't booked for a project. They were like, you guys can do whatever you want in there, which was great.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing that I took away from school was just experimenting and learning how to do shit on the fly.
And having the accessibility to the stuff that you need.
Well, why wouldn't you take it if it's available to you? Like you should take advantage of it, right? I think people have the wrong idea about when they go to school for something like that. It's like, well, I'll show up for class and I'll go to class and whatever. No, like you should do stuff for yourself. That's the whole point of why you're learning the stuff in class is to actually use it practically. And that's what we tried to do. And we goofed off. It was just a fun little segment. We'd try and shoot like a 5-minute video a week and just spout off about sports. It was great. Yeah.
Pretty much what we do.
Yeah, I was
here.
gonna say, it sounds exactly like this.
It's a great thing to do, man. Like, you know, you got to get your feet wet somehow. So many people are scared. They're like, man, I'd love to do a show. I'd love fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, do it, or you're never gonna do it.
And it's
You know?
become our favorite day of the week.
That's exactly the point, man. You got to do it for the love of it too. You know, a lot of people are like, oh man, you know, if I start a podcast and don't have, you know, 10,000 views, they think it's a failure, right? Like I saw a guy on a video once that said 90% of all podcasts that get started end before 20 episodes.
Right.
And the 10% that go beyond 20 episodes, 90% of those don't even hit 30 episodes. Like people start them and they quit because they're like, oh, I don't have 9,000. I don't have Kelsey brothers numbers.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you got to realize that the Kelsey brothers had a bit of an advantage over you.
Yeah.
People know who they are,
Well, that
you know,
was
like,
the biggest thing I had to wrap my brain around was watching the views and watching everything. Is for where we are, to us it's great because we I think we have 20 something subscribers on YouTube, 70, 80 followers TikTok.
But like thousands of plays on TikTok, so like the viewage is there.
Oh, definitely. But that's something was like, oh, I never wanted to quit it, but making sure that I had to remember that it's gonna take a while. It's not gonna happen all overnight.
That's exactly it. And people get discouraged because we live in an internet age where people look at stuff and go, well, how come my thing isn't like that? And it's like,
100%.
man, you're starting from ground zero. Like if you start building a house, it's not done tomorrow.
No.
Like you got to put some work into it, man. Like I remember talking to Steve, like Dangle, and like he just earlier this year, his main channel where he does all the Leaf rants
Yeah.
just hit 250,000 subscribers. And people look at that and are intimidated by it. Like, well, how do I get to? That took Steve like 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he started doing those like shitty videos in his bedroom in his parents' house in like 2008. Like 15 years later, he's got 250,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching Steve from like 5 years ago till now, and
Yeah.
it's still like, because at work, instead of just listening to music all day, I'll have music in and out, but I have podcasts on all the time, and
Same.
a lot of the time it's between Spittin' Chicklets, Empty Netters, Foreplay, and Steve, actually.
Yep.
So I love his podcast.
His podcast's great. Like all those dudes are great. Adam's awesome. Jesse does a great job. But yeah, like you look at that, that's been their life.
Yeah.
Them pouring all their spare time into it for 15 years. So like that's why they have 250,000 subscribers. They poured all of their time into it. Like you can't expect to like put 3 podcasts up and have all these views. Like it takes work, you know?
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is like I tell everybody who asks me about starting a podcast, you have to just enjoy doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then the numbers are going to bug you even more
Yeah.
and you'll quit.
Yeah.
Like you have to like doing it.
It'll start turning into a chore instead of something that you want to do. Like,
Yeah, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Like this, none of us are at work right now.
No.
Like, and if this felt like work, that would be a bummer.
yeah,
Like no one would want to do it, right?
No,
like
no.
it's got to be fun, and like you guys are obviously having fun with it, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
sometimes it gets a little rowdy, but yeah.
And that's great though. Like that's your whole shtick, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. It's just having fun with your friends, really.
For real.
I think the unscripted side for us too really kind of skyrocketed our confidence in doing it too. Because once we got the few episodes under our belt, kind of got like the jitters away.
Yeah.
We're like, shit, like this is nothing. Like this is just us being natural. We can do this, and like we've had videos as short as like 50 minutes, especially like during hockey off season and stuff, because that's a main thing that we cover.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had videos that are 2.5 hours after editing.
Yeah,
And
and
it's like shit.
Who cares?
Yeah.
They're that long.
Yeah.
They'll either watch it or they don't, or they watch part of it and we still get the view.
Yeah.
yeah, that's all that matters.
So-
Yeah, 100%, man.
And
You just gotta enjoy it.
We haven't done very much like actual promotion. Like we don't do like paid ads or anything for our podcast and stuff. And we're already pretty well all over Ontario. We've got views in the States and stuff.
That's great.
And I can check like where we're getting downloads and stuff. And we're getting a lot in the States, a lot in Canada, a little bit in Europe. Not very
Where was
many.
that
but
one in Indonesia that we got one? It was on Netherlands. No, it was something else. It was on like the other side of the world. It was a random
There's
spot.
one random one in Colombia.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Somebody was enjoying a morning
Yeah.
coffee and just thought, I'm going to throw on this Canadian
Yeah.
podcast.
Hell
That's
yeah.
good.
Actually, I think I have it right here.
That's funny.
Oh, we got 5 downloads now in Turkey.
Okay. We'll
Turkey,
take it.
hey,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you, Turkey. Like,
Yeah.
that's all right.
We got a new one in Guatemala.
Okay.
We're worldwide.
We're getting around.
Yeah.
We're getting around.
It's, I mean, bots or not, this is all stuff that's coming in like with no promotion towards it. Like we got our social media pages, but that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's just maybe it came up in the recommended and they clicked on it type thing.
That's all you can hope for. That's the
Yeah.
other thing too that people don't realize, right? Like they'll be like, oh, I'm trying to get more views, and like, they look at stuff that the huge podcasts that are out there, the Kelsey brother, like Theo Vaughn's podcast,
Yeah.
like stuff. I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn's so funny, dude.
So-
People don't realize though that like they have people and their job is to promote their show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like Theo, like most of those people aren't running their social media. It's rare that it's like, I know Theo does. That's a bad example, but like a lot of those people, they aren't making the tweets and shit.
Yeah.
Someone they pay to handle that is doing it for. They have marketing people behind them,
Yeah.
and
We are the marketing team.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like same with my show. Like I don't have somebody who's running our social media. It's me. So that's another thing too. Like, if your whole day job isn't just promoting the content, realize like it's a little harder to catch up. Like your build's going to be a little more slowly, but it's all about how much time you want to put into it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, we try on it too. Like,
yeah.
The ultimate goal is for people to enjoy us.
Well, yeah, exactly. Or you don't have a show.
Yeah,
like,
if they're just clicking on it because they see, oh, Nobody's Sports, these guys talk about hockey, sure, but we want them to watch it and be like, these guys are funny.
Yeah.
Like, not just the sports talk. I want to come back and watch them.
100%. That's exactly you're selling yourself.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
On the show, right? Anybody can sit around and talk about hockey around the water cooler.
Yeah.
Do people even do that anymore? Is that even a thing? I don't feel like it is, but like anybody can just turn their phone on and rant about the Leafs lost or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But you got you're a Leaf fan? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, buddy. No, they'll do it someday. Don't worry.
Maybe not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, the Cubs won. The Cubs won a World Series. The Leafs could win a Stanley Cup. It's not impossible.
I'll believe it when the Rockies win a World Series.
You're not a Rockies fan, are you? Jesus Christ! What happened to you, man? Like
Denver, everything.
Okay, so like it spawned off like Avalanche first.
Avalanche first, then Broncos.
Okay, so
Rockies.
you dove into the full market then. Okay, so I understand. Well, and like they used to have a good team, right? Like I mean, like their owner sucks.
Yeah.
Like terrible.
Everything.
Yeah.
Rockies suck.
They're a rough watch for sure. Well, there you go.
So, being the voice of the Guelph Storm, what do you do in your off season? Like, where is this career taking you for, I guess, the couple months that they're not playing?
Yeah, when Guelph's not playing, like my full-time job, I work for a radio station. I'm a news and sports anchor for CKNX, which is a legacy radio station. Next year's going to be our 100th anniversary. We're the second oldest operating radio station in Canada. Wow. The only one that's older than CKNX is in Halifax, which makes sense because it was on the coast, right, when people first set up over here. Yeah. But yeah, I do that. That's my full-time job. Okay. So I write articles and interview people for the website and do newscasts. And then, so that's like my day-to-day, my 9 to 5. And in the summertime, like when hockey's not on, I take at least a month and I like don't watch sports. I don't blame you. Which like people, you know, I love sports, but like when you do nothing but sports and like it's your whole fall and winter, if your team goes on a nice run early spring, you got to unplug a little bit and reset the batteries. Yeah. Not that I'm not paying attention and like baseball's kicking off and like soccer, so I'm a huge soccer fan, but I take at least a month where I just like don't really pay close attention, and then I mostly just try and take some time to do some other shit that I want. I go on trips, you know, try and catch some concerts, which has always been a big, you know, thing that I've been passionate about, music. That's basically what I try and do in the summer. Get away for a little bit, catch some concerts, and then, you know, late August, early September, we're about ready to get started back on the grind here. So
any concerts this summer?
Yeah, I've been to a few. I mean,
top 3 if you've been to 3.
Oh well, Turnstile in Ottawa was unbelievable. They headlined Ottawa Blues Fest this year, which was kind of shocking, but like they're blowing up, which is nice to see as like a big hardcore kid. It's crazy to see a band in that genre that's that big. That was really great. I finally got around to seeing Counterparts again. Like my band in high school used to open for those guys. Oh, wow. So like they're still around and I hadn't seen them in ages. Finally got around to that. And then the big one hasn't happened yet, but in a week I'm going to see Oasis in Toronto. So you're going to that show? Oasis, my favorite band of all time. I love that. And I'm going to be a puddle the entire time. I never thought they'd ever get back together. Like, so that's going to be probably one of the best nights of my life in a week from now. Yeah.
That'll be sweet.
It'll be killer.
I just, a couple weeks ago, I saw Collective Soul and Our Lady Peace.
That's badass,
Oh, it
dude.
was such a good
They're
show.
great live, man.
Such a good show.
Yeah.
Such a good show.
I saw Our Lady Peace a couple times when I was younger, like early when they were really big.
Yeah.
Like the Armageddon song was out and all that shit. And Collective Soul, I've seen them a few times too. They're always great.
Yeah.
Legendary Canadian bands.
They had to cut early.
Really, eh?
Yeah, because we were under like tornado weather.
Oh,
They
that
wanted us to,
sucks,
like,
dude.
evacuate 'cause we were at Budweiser stage.
Yeah, man. I love that venue, and I'm kind of bummed that it's going to be closed for what is it going to be like 2-3 years or whatever because they're making it all enclosed. I'm like, I hate that.
Yeah.
It's a great venue to see shows for cheap. Like if you're on the lawn, you can see people for like $70.
Yeah.
It's
Drinks
a great.
are cheap though.
The drinks are not
No.
cheap, man. They're
No.
aggressive,
No,
but
it's like 34 or something to get two like normal size cans. Like
yeah, they're like $16.50 for
Yeah.
like a tall. It's like all right, man. Like
Almost a Jays game or Leafs game.
oh man, yeah, everything's so
Yeah.
expensive to like go anywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Fucking rich pricks. Like it's gross what they're doing to live sports, but yeah.
Thankfully, they kicked off the show like an hour and a bit later. But
Though they were able to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, well that I
Collective
mean,
Soul had to end their set early though. Like when they came back, OLP came on.
yeah, okay, well that's a
But-
bummer.
I mean, we didn't evacuate. We just got drunk in the rain.
Yeah, exactly.
We were out on the lawns. It got pretty wet, but
Yeah,
fuck it.
done that many times
Yeah.
on the Budweiser stage
Yeah.
lawn. It's great, man. Great
Yeah.
venue.
So how did you land the gig with the Gulf Storm?
Yeah, so I mean, I think the biggest thing that I learned in this industry and that everybody that wants to be in the industry should learn is like it really doesn't matter at the end of the day what you learn in school, what program you went to. It's all about your contacts and making connections with
Mhm.
people.
Right.
And it's all who you know, right? So I ended up after I graduated, I did some contract work for the OHL when they started that U15 tournament, the Gold Cup.
Okay.
So I was the first ever play-by-play voice of that tournament. The first year they did it it's in Kitchener every year, and it's all the kids that just got drafted. So it's all the top U15 talent across the province. And the first year they did it, it was like a kind of test run. And then the second year they asked if I wanted to do play-by-play. I was like, yeah, great. And I did that for the first 5 years of the tournament. And during that time, I was like, man, I kind of want to start my own radio show. And there was a community-owned radio station in Hanover that had like time slots open. Just like if you want to come do a show, whatever.
That's cool.
So I went there and I met the guy who ran the station. And he was like, there's a guy who lives in town here that's like a big hockey guy. And he would probably want to be on this show. And it just happened to be that it was longtime voice of the Guelph Storm, Steve Fitzsimmons,
Okay.
who lived in Hanover. It was like he lived in Hanover. He was actually on town council. And he was calling Storm games. Like he had been the voice of the Storm since 2002
Okay.
on Rogers, him and Bill Granger. And they were like one of the longest tenured tandems. So that's how I ended up meeting Steve. He came in and we met, just had a conversation about hockey and what I wanted to do. And we ended up launching a show together. It was called Hockey Talk. Not a very inventive name. And we ended up doing that for, I think, 2 years. And then I ended up, getting a full-time job at CKNX, and I moved my show there and we launched a different show. But that's how I met Steve, and he and I became really good friends, and he did a lot for me. Like he took really good care of me. He got me on my first ever OHL broadcast as a guest. And then through that, I just started doing like fill-in work for local Rogers crews. They'd just send out an email to people like, hey, we need a host in Owen Sound. Our host can't do the game. And I would fucking drive from Kitchener all the way to Owen Sound. I was living in Kitchener at the time. And I would drive 2.5 hours to Owen Sound and fill in and do the host work. And then, I'd go to Barrie or Kitchener, just whoever needed help. And then right after the first year of the pandemic, Bill Granger announced he was going to retire. And Steve went to bat for me and was basically like, I want Ryan to be my new color guy.
Mm.
And he basically told Rogers that if they didn't let me do it, he'd quit.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
And I was like, man, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Now, I had already done some fill-in work on the crew, knew the producer at the time, Neil White. He's a great dude. He's the producer for the Bulldogs now,
Okay.
because he moved to Brantford. So I already had some rapport with the crew, and they were like, yeah. I remember getting the call. My mom was actually with me when Neil called me and was just like, do you want to be the new color analyst for the Storm? And I was like, holy shit, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah. So I was Steve's color guy for like 2.5 seasons. And in the middle of 2023, Steve ran the Hanover Raceway for a long time. He's a huge horse nut, loves horse racing.
Okay.
And he approached me one day in the media room, and he was just like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm moving to Halifax. He's like, I'm taking over the Truro Raceway. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
shit. I was like, okay, wow, that's amazing. And he was like, yeah, how'd you feel about being the new play-by-play guy? He's like, because I'm opening my seat to you. And I was like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
So he left halfway through that season in early 2023, like the latter half of that year, and I've been doing the play-by-play ever since.
Hmm.
Shit.
Which is a trip. It's a trip because like I grew up in Arthur, and like my friend's dad like had season seats. Like we went to Storm games all the time.
Mm.
I used to watch Steve on TV when I was a kid, right? And like so now.
I remember as a kid myself. I grew up in Fergus. I've always lived
Yep.
here, and I just remember going down monthly to games.
Absolutely. It's right there, man. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's a great product, great organization. They pumped out a lot of good players.
Yeah.
Like, talk about bang for your buck. Like, it is not expensive to go out and have a great time and
No.
see amazing junior players. And yeah, it's a trip. I definitely don't take it lightly that I'm the voice of the team now, like having grown up around it.
Definitely.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
It's a trip, man. Yeah, it's really cool.
But like, as like a small town kid watching that, like, what that must be to you, being able to have watched them as a kid and then now being the play-by-play caller for you is probably just insane.
It is, man. Like I said, like I don't take lightly like the responsibility that I have, because like Mark Perry, my color guy, and myself, like we both grew up like understanding how great Steve and Bill were, and Trevor
Mhm.
Pryor, who was the host with them. Those three dudes were together for 16 seasons. The three of them, they were one of the best crews in the entire league.
Yeah.
And then like you step into those shoes, and it happened twice for me because I had to replace Bill
And
and then replace Steve, like let alone midway through the season too, just
Yeah.
like the next weekend. By the way, I'm the play-by-play guy now. I just
Yeah.
moved a seat over. It's really crazy. I'm thankful for it, obviously, and I take it really seriously. We all care about carrying on the legacy that those dudes
Mhm.
left, right?
That's awesome.
okay, so being in the OHL, I do have one question. How do you feel about the new rules with I'm not sure everything on it, but
I knew you guys were going to ask me this. Yeah, the NCAA shit. Yeah.
the NCAA shit. What's your take on it? What are your thoughts?
You know, ultimately, I think that there are people on both sides that are being panicky for no reason. At the end of the day, I'm all for player empowerment.
Yep.
And honestly, I thought it was such a crock of shit for kids that were kind of like on the edge of going, maybe I want to go to school and play, but if I play one shift of a preseason game in a CHL barn, I'm now ineligible to go to the NCAA. I thought that was so unfair
Mhm.
and ultimately stupid. And I think that a lot of NCAA schools, you're seeing it now with all the kids that are signing down there,
Yeah.
lost out on the opportunity to get some kids down there that, would have made a big difference
Yeah.
for their program. You know, like Gavin McKenna's going down there now. Like that's a
Yeah.
huge, huge deal.
One of your guys, Jake Carabella.
Yeah, Carabella just went down there, and and I'm even more for situations like that, because like the kids that are overagers that have aged out, it's amazing that they can go to the NCAA now, because if you were a kid like Jake 2 years ago, you age out of the OHL and you can go to a Canadian university and use your package and get your school paid for and play for, the Halifax Redmen or something, which are great programs.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. But you couldn't then go to Michigan or, Boston or any of those U.S. schools. And I didn't think that was fair. I think that the biggest thing that it benefits is those guys, those older dudes who are either ending their junior career or maybe have become kind of a fringe player as a 19, 20-year-old.
Yeah.
I think it's great that they can go, and same with the other way around. Kids from the U.S. We had a bunch of kids from the U.S. that played in the league last year, including that Blake Montgomery kid on the Knights. He's a Memorial Cup champion. If he wants, he can still go to the NCAA school he signed with.
Yeah.
And I think that that's perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. People are losing it because, McKenna went down there and Porter Martone's going, and ultimately, I don't think it's going to be as bad. People are like, this is going to be the death of the Canadian hockey league. That's not true. And in reaction to that, and we'll probably see even more pushback from this on the other side, because there's that opportunity for kids to go to the States now without any guardrails. Yeah. Now all the teams have an extra import spot. So more kids from Europe will come here that maybe wouldn't have before. And that's great news for Guelph. Guelph has had a very good history of picking good import players. Yeah. So, okay, maybe there's some kids that slip through the cracks that are good players that don't end up playing here. But it opens up opportunities for a kid from Sweden or Czechia or whatever to come over here. And they want to come over here. It's Canada. Mm-hmm. The CHL will be fine. Yeah. They will be fine. And not every school down there, outside of your Michigans, your Boston colleges, the big schools that are hockey schools, not all of them have the money that are going to pour it into signing hockey players for $500,000. They're going to sign football players. Yeah. A lot of those schools, no one's going to Alabama to play. No one's going to make $500,000 to go play Roll Tide. That's not happening. So sure, Boston and Michigan, they'll grab some players that maybe wouldn't have been able to go, but it'll be fine. There's lots of kids that play hockey. Yeah. They got to play somewhere. Yeah. And a lot of them want to still play here. So I wouldn't worry about it. No. It'll be fine.
That's a great take. Yeah. I know Curb had a question.
Oh, I do. This is completely...
Two, actually.
Yeah, I do. I got,
Fire away.
I got quite a few. They're completely.
How hot are you? That's my question.
Yeah. My face is red.
You're glistening.
Up. Yeah. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Completely out of left field, but so you're obviously familiar with all the mascots in the OHL. That'd be correct.
I mean, I'm aware of most of them.
So say there was a cage fight. Which one do you think would come out on top?
Oh, man. I got to give love to Stormy, right?
Yeah.
And Spike, because Spike's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Spike's just the OG, man.
Spike is nuts. He's a crazy looking guy. I wouldn't want to get in a cage with Spike. But I don't want to be too much of a homer, although I do think Spike would, in the very least, get into the final three. The London Knight has a sword. I mean, he's going to be poking people. The Kitchener Rangers guy. I can't remember. I think he's Tex.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Cowboy.
He'd be good. Sarnia has got the bee, which would just be annoying.
The attack has the bear.
A bear. Yeah. Nobody wants to get in a cage with a bear.
I think Barry would go down. It's just a horse.
I don't know. I would still say though that I would give Spike an edge.
Yeah.
He just looks a little unpredictable.
Yeah, it's kind of like
He
the,
might drop kick you.
Yeah, kind of like the Tasmanian Devil, kind of from Looney
That's
Tunes.
the energy
Yeah.
Spike has, and that's
Yeah.
why I would be more afraid of him.
Yeah,
You know?
Little tandem, have Stormy jump in there.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah,
just-
tag
Exactly,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stormy,
Yeah.
Stormy's got wide hips.
Yeah.
Stormy's tough. Like
Yeah.
I think Stormy would cause some problems.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Herb, is this one-on-one though, or is this like Royal Rumble style?
I've yet to figure out the kinks, but I think I'm gonna get something going. I think we should have that an OHL mascots Royal Rumble.
I
Yeah.
think they should do that. Yeah, I'm gonna send some emails.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Here's your planner right here.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'll be the
yeah.
ref. I'll be the ref.
I would love that. I'll email Josh Sweetland, who's the media director for the OHL. Be like, hey man, Memorial Cup's coming back here in 27.
Yeah.
We should get a ring
Yeah.
and get some mascot one-on-ones and a Royal Rumble. Why
Yeah.
not?
Hell yeah.
What was the thing that, like, I haven't watched wrestling in years. I loved it when I was a kid. They used to do the thing where they hung the briefcase full of
Money in the
the
Bank.
money in the bank,
Yeah.
dude. That would be fantastic.
Cash it in for a single elimination.
Get a bunch
Yeah.
of like get a bunch of sponsors to put like legit money on it, and like whatever mascot wins, like donate it to
Yeah.
charity in that
Yeah.
city or something. That would be
Yeah.
bad. A
Now
great
we're-
idea.
Now we're cooking.
We are
We're
cooking with gas.
All right,
That'd be
so we
so
have
funny.
our ref, and we have the 3 play-by-play hosts.
Absolutely, yeah. Which one of us is Rogan? Like, it's probably me.
Just, like,
It's probably
jumping
me.
out of his seat.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's over.
He's so funny. Just watching his reactions to some of the stuff that happens.
It's-
I can do this,
incredibly
I can do
funny.
Mike Bisping.
Yeah. It's got me in a choke. Unreal.
That would be pretty fun. I'd definitely watch that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We get some pay-per-views going.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. Everybody walks away
Yeah.
a winner.
You want?
What was your other question about Stormy?
Gotta remember that. Oh yeah. What are my chances of being Stormy?
I'm the wrong
You
guy.
don't have-
I
you
don't.
have to honestly answer it.
I mean, you're a fit guy. Like, you'd be fine handling the rigors
I
of.
think it would be fun. Like I think I like because
It looks fun.
Yeah.
I don't know like who handles like. I don't even know who Stormy is.
Do you know
Like,
who Spike is?
no.
Oh.
I thought they were real.
Oh
Oh, so
yeah,
it's a
no.
real
So there's a
person?
guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna just dress up in a costume and
You know what
Pretend to
though,
be.
dude? I don't know if you actually could be Stormy because like you're putting a serious sweat
I
on
know.
in jeans, and
I
that
know.
thing looks hot.
Yeah.
So
No,
I don't
I-
know.
Well, I mean, you're in the ice rink most of the year. So-
Yeah, I mean, like it's
but
not.
still, I know
Does
they're
the
warm in there.
ice leave the Sleeman Center in the summertime, or
I think they take the ice out for at least part of the summer. I'm actually not sure if it's a year-round facility. That's a good question. I don't know.
Like, I know I've played like, I don't know, Thursday, Friday night beer league there,
Yeah, they rent the ice out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
but I've never played. I've played summer hockey in Guelph, and I've never played there, so I don't know.
I assume they probably take. You know what? I know they take the ice out because they have different events there
Mm.
Okay.
during the year. Like they always do a thing in there. I know because Rogers produces it. They do a thing on like Victoria Day
Okay.
in there, and I think there's like a Canada Day thing too. Like they have like home decor shows and shit
Okay.
or whatever right on the
Yeah.
floor. So they do take the ice out for some of the year. Yeah.
Is there a rule that you would change or modify in hockey if you had to pick one?
Yeah, 100%. The trapezoid. I can't stand it. I think it sucks. I was pissed off when it got put in, and I hate it now. Because, like, people, like, the whole thing with the game now, especially since the big lockout, was speeding the game up, making it more exciting. That's great.
Mhm.
Like, I like overall where the game's at, and it doesn't deter my interest, obviously, in watching. I just don't see the point of it, really. Because the whole thing was like, we'll put it in, and it'll keep play alive in the offensive zone more.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the dump and chase style is so prevalent in North America that everybody was doing it and running like the 3-2-4 check, you know, that the Devils popularized. So everybody started doing that and dumping it in, and people thought, well, you know, the goalies are able to get the puck away and it doesn't stay in the offensive zone, and that's bad.
Yeah.
Well, like a lot of goalies are pretty bad at handling the puck. I don't know if you've seen a few of them.
Oh yeah.
And half the time, the puck doesn't get all the way around to where they'd be able to stop it anyway. And my whole thing is like, if a goalie wants to come out and try and stop and it bounces over his stick and someone can throw it out front for an empty net, like that's a great offensive play. And I also think that like in the name of speed and opening the game up, the goalies that can play the puck well, that can get it, because you know, you dump it in for a line change. If your goalie can get to the puck and rip it up the ice really quick and catch people on odd man rushes, I like that play, and I think it's an advantage.
Yeah.
You know, so I've never liked the rule. I've never agreed with it, and I just think it's goofy watching a goalie like come out and be like, "Oh, I can't touch it till it."
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Let the goalies play.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Let them get the goalie goals.
Yeah, and like more of that too, right? Like if a goalie could come out all the way into the corner and try and take one, like that's great. And maybe he flubs it and it ends up right in front of the net and the team with the empty net ties it. Like it would actually create more chaos.
Let them make that risk. And
100%. Like I would get rid of the trapezoid. And the other thing I would get rid of too, and maybe this makes me sound like a dinosaur, but I would get rid of the instigating rule too. I think it's dog shit.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest rule in sports, and I just completely disagree with it. And I mean, it's almost not even necessary anymore now. Like fighting has trended so far down.
Yeah.
It's not the 90s where guys were just beating the
gooning around,
absolute hell out of each other. I just don't like the whole thing of a guy. The other thing I can't stand about the game is like a guy will get hit hard and immediately it's a fight.
Yeah.
There's got to be a time and place. Like that never happened. Like fighting was so much more prevalent in the 90s and the 80s, of course. And you would see guys get absolutely lit up and they wouldn't have to fight after. Because the whole thing was like, you got to protect yourself a little bit. Keep your head up. Yeah. You know, I'm not trying to sound like Don Cherry here or anything, but I just don't like that when a teammate's trying to stand up for somebody, they all of a sudden generally get an extra 2-minute penalty for it.
Yeah.
I just think it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I hate it.
We had this question last week, and we answered with icing.
Like you would outright get rid of icing or change it?
Change it. Instead of being the red line, we'd push it back to the blue line.
Oh, yeah. I've heard people say that. I don't mind that at all.
Like, if you're in your own zone and you dump it down, sure. But if you're skating up and you're 3 feet from the red line and you need to change off and you throw it down, to me, that shouldn't be icing. That's bullshit.
Or 3 feet and you just need to dump it because you're about to get hit and you need to get it in their end.
Yeah.
I actually like the idea, too, that somebody said a while ago of making it illegal to ice the puck when you're killing penalties.
I like that.
Because then, you know, it's kind of a weird thing, right? Like your team has committed a penalty and you're being punished for it. But for some reason, now that you're being punished for taking a penalty, you're allowed to ice the puck.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird...
No, that makes a lot of sense.
It's almost like a oxymoron.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, okay, so I'm allowed to do this now, but my team is shorthanded. I would like that. Like, you know, you hear some... Honestly, like, I would leave the game alone. Like, there's always people like, we gotta change this rule. I think the game is fine. Like, there's little tweaks, sure. But so many people are like, oh, well, we need to get more goals, and, you know, maybe we'll make the nets bigger. And they shrunk the goalie equipment a little bit, which was a good idea, I think. Why can't you just do some practical stuff without making nets bigger?
Yeah.
like keeping the offensive team rewarded for being on the power play.
Yeah.
And if you ice it, it's still icing. I would be a fan of that.
Yeah.
But like overall, like that's a popular thing. Like, what would you change? I think the game is fine. Like people, I like hockey.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
don't have a big problem with the way the game is.
Mhm.
There's little nitpicky things,
Yeah.
sure, but like it's the best sport on earth by a mile.
Oh yeah.
And I just think it's fine. Like we don't
Mhm.
need to keep fucking with everything all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
You know?
What do you think? I know, like you're base OHL, but I'm assuming with that you're completely tuned in with the NHL.
Yeah, for sure.
Everywhere, I'm assuming.
For sure.
So, what was your take? How'd you like the Four Nations this year?
Like when I first heard about it, I was like, I think a lot of people like, what is this gonna like? It's gonna be gimmicky.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like what PK Subban said down on ESPN after the tournament. The players made it amazing
Oh yeah.
because they all bought in. Like I remember tuning into the first game against Sweden, and McKinnon pasted Hedman, but I was like, oh, okay, they're playing for keeps.
Yeah.
This is great, unbelievable tournament, and a great spotlight for the game in the States.
Yeah.
And I really hope that like a lot of people that have been exposed to the game down there recently, like become fans because, like that clip of PK when he was talking about it on ESPN and he was talking to like the General Sports Center desk and they were talking a bit about like the comparison between like the NBA and the NHL. I think the NBA is a joke. I think it's a clown league. The sport isn't. Basketball is amazing. But the league is run by a bunch of clowns. They have let the players completely run the asylum. And I would be furious paying like top dollar with the way ticket prices are now and showing up and then being like, yeah, you know, LeBron's got a cramp. He can't play. Like, dude, what? I paid like $1,500 to bring my 3 kids and my wife. It was $100 to park. The food and the beer are outrageous. Like, you know, you take like a family of 4 to an NBA game, and it's like a $2,000 outing if you have good seats, right?
Mhm.
And we show up and Steph Curry's not playing because his ankles. Like the load management shit has gotten out of control in that league.
Yeah.
And like you've got guys that are making $70 million a year
Mhm.
in the NBA, and they play 55 games. That's a joke.
It amazes me how
To
much
me.
other sports get paid to what hockey players get paid.
That's what I mean, and I hope more people start like watching and feeding more money into it so these guys can start making a bit more money. And I know that sounds dumb because
But
I'm
it's
not
just-
shedding tears for millionaires here, but the hockey players, some of those guys deserve that money.
I
Yeah.
think to us it doesn't sound dumb because we understand where you're coming from. To others it might, but
Well,
to
like
us-
the hockey players play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They play their regular. Well, it's now regular 84.
Yeah, they're going to 84, and
with the new CBA.
not everybody will play the 84, but they're going to play. Most guys are going to play 75, 77. Sure, there's times where you get nicked up, you need a day. I get it.
Yeah.
But they play.
Yeah.
They earn their money, and then in the playoffs, you play every game.
Yeah.
And if you go all the way and you win a cup, like
You're-
look at what was wrong with Kachuk's groin. Like the stories you hear of guys at the end of playoffs.
How hurt are they going to be is the question.
It's
for you.
absolutely bonkers, man. Patrice Bergeron had a punctured lung that one year.
Yeah.
And you look at that, and then it's like, yeah, LeBron's not playing tonight, and they show him, and he's up in the booth, like, drinking wine. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
I just am
100%.
like, really, dude? Like, how hurt are you really?
Yeah.
Because this guy just blocked a shot with his face, and he got stitched up, and he's back out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have a little more time for feeding into hockey players making more because they actually play, but it's just a different culture.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, the NBA is a problem where they got to kind of try and rein that in a little bit and make these guys actually play.
Yeah. I
So.
agree.
You're talking about injured players last year, and just thought of Matthews and his shoulder.
Knock him down.
How many games was he off?
He missed a lot of
He
games.
mi-
Like
yeah.
he missed a lot of games last year. I'm worried about that guy, man. Like
Yeah.
seriously, like because they just gave him a lot of money, and like people were talking last year. Well, like he disappears and goes to Germany,
Yeah.
which is never a good sign.
No.
And they're very quiet about what they're in. Like the Leafs don't say like anything.
No.
You know, he's day to day for 3 weeks. You know,
Mhm.
and that concerned me because obviously, like he went to the same doctor that McCaffrey went and saw
Yeah.
when he blew as a kid. So you look at that and you're like, oh, that's generally not great because that guy's like a soft tissue specialist,
Mhm.
and he's already had shoulder surgery. He's had that leg problem earlier in his career when he was a rookie. And Matthews' whole thing is his release.
Mhm.
And I remember reading that article after their season ended about how like his average wrist shot speed was down. He had that wrist problem. His wrists are his whole game,
Yeah.
really. And I don't just mean like offensively. He's a really good defender. He's really turned into a great two-way player. He's gotten a lot better on faceoffs. That's all wrist.
Mhm.
And if he has like a chronic wrist problem, especially with his load-bearing wrist on his lower
Yeah.
hand, like that's a concern for me because they need that guy to be a 45 at least plus goal scorer, especially with Marner leaving.
Oh, yeah.
They need him to put the puck in the net a lot over the next 5-6 years.
Mhm.
And if he's got chronic wrist problems, all of a sudden a guy that's a no doubt 50 goal guy, if he becomes a 37 goal guy for the rest of his career, I don't know that that's a great scenario for the
No.
Leafs. They need him to be a guy that can maybe chase my boy Ovi down. I don't think he'll ever do it,
No.
but like it would be seriously shitty to see that guy have a decline in production because of chronic health problems. Like no
Yeah.
one wants to see that.
No.
Okay, so have you always been a Washington fan?
No, like I became a fan when I was a little kid. Like I grew up in a Leafs household.
Yeah.
Like my dad didn't watch hockey. Like he was just kind of a fan because like mom was. They were actually big Jays fans.
Mm.
Okay.
And then the lockout happened in the 90s and they kind of lost interest a little bit. They would still watch, but it pissed them off.
Yeah.
And it cost our country a team, which was stupid. But mom grew up in a Leafs household. Like grandpa was a Leafs fan. Her older brother was a huge Leaf fan. So like she watched Leafs.
Yeah.
So that's what I was exposed to first as a kid. Like we always watched Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I just like, well, everybody else likes the Leafs.
Yeah.
But then when the Caps made the Cup final in 98, I loved Ole Kolzig. And he had the Godzilla mask and shit. And my dad bought me like a road hockey mask and it looked like it had Godzilla on it. So that's how I first kind of became like attached to the team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then, you know, started getting older and I just wanted to do something different and not cheer for the Leafs. I just was like, I'm going to pick this my team. And like, they were bad back then, but I loved Jaromir Jagr too. And when they traded for Jagr in 2001, I was like, this is sick. Like I got the figurine. I still have it in the box. Like I was so amped that he was a Washington Capital.
So you've watched.
And I just stuck with it.
Yeah. So you've watched Ovi since the start of his career.
I would venture to say I've watched at least 80% of his games live
Wow.
on TV. I've seen him live 3 times.
Okay.
I've watched literally his whole career.
That's amazing. Considering what his career has come to be,
Mhm.
that's amazing.
Pretty lucky. Like
Yeah.
lucky to have watched him
Yeah.
and Sid and what they did for the league. Like I've always kind of joked. I'm kind of serious though. Like Gary Bettman should build statues of those guys on his front lawn
Mhm.
because they saved the league.
Yeah.
Those 2 dudes. Like imagine like the NHL still is the only professional sports league ever to lock out an entire season
Mhm.
and miss an entire year of play. Like what a joke. imagine being those two guys and coming in as rookies the first year back from that disaster and having everybody be like, these two guys better be good.
Yeah.
Because
If
if they're not,
Yeah.
like, it's going to be a huge storyline killed for a league
Yeah.
that needs something positive. And two of the best rookie
Yeah.
seasons of all time. Like, the two of them showed up and just absolutely lit it on fire.
Mhm.
So sick to be able to watch that whole career,
Yeah.
the back and forth storylines between the two of them, and like the respect they have for each other now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel pretty fortunate to have been able to watch that dude
Mhm.
and some of the other great Capitals that have come through too.
Yeah.
You know,
I just think it's insane how, what was it? He broke his leg this year, and he was out for how many weeks?
5 weeks.
You
or
break
whatever,
your
and
leg and you're out for 5 weeks. That's crazy.
40 years old, and he's just like, yeah, I'll just take a little holiday
Yeah.
here, and I'll come back and still score 40.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath. One of one. We'll never see a guy like that ever again.
No.
Just a complete freak.
Mhm.
Well, how about we take a break, grab another beer, and then we'll come back.
Love it.
Spit on it.
That was
Hawk
really good.
tour.
Yeah.
That was also crazy. Her coming and making a podcast and then disappearing.
Disappeared because of freaking
Oh yeah, she got in trouble because of
the cryptocurrency.
the
shit.
crypto.
Yeah.
Basically just robbed people.
She literally just like took her fame and just like sucked everything out of it, and then
Which, hey, I mean,
yeah, good for her, but well, she kind of
yeah, the crypto game.
Yeah.
I don't really get. I don't understand it, so I'm not involved.
No.
I wish I was. I had a buddy in when I was in high school working at Canadian Tire. He had like 3,000 or 4,000 Bitcoin when they were like costing pennies. Bro's probably disappeared. He's probably a billionaire by now.
I get I don't know how they're like worth anything. I don't understand the economy of it at all.
No.
Speaking of economy, though,
Hey, I like
Money.
This guy. I like
Yeah.
this guy. Everybody, fellas, we're as always sponsored by Dubby, drinking Dubby as always.
As always, use our promo code NOBUDDIESSPORTS for 10% off.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
is that a permanent ad now? Just like
Yeah. We're cropping that exact 30 seconds and we're going to use that in every video.
Yeah, I like it.
just my head on the W logo.
Yeah. There's our W flag idea.
Yeah,
Just Ryan
my
like this.
face with my stupid sunglasses.
Oh.
Amazing.
I was gonna ask you about that. You get like just inside the light. What's bugging you?
I have sensitive eyes. Like I got a few too many concussions back in the day,
yeah.
but like that, like I not bothered to like have them off, but like I have like a weird stigmatism in my left eye, so these are prescription.
Okay.
And I just find that after a while, like I can't see. Like I can see perfectly fine right now. Like I have to drive with glasses on. Like
Yeah.
it's just everything's a little out of focus.
Mhm.
And if I have them off long enough, like I'll start getting a migraine in the left side of my head. You know what I mean? But I don't need to have them on.
Mhm.
It's just more comfortable to have them on.
No.
You know what I mean?
I was just.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then I went to school and yeah,
This is why you're not
Pablo-
in London.
yeah, Pablo Escobar over here. No.
So I've got an off-topic question.
What's off topic? Nothing's off topic.
Tell me about your Alexis on Fire tattoo.
Yeah, so my Alexis on Fire tattoo,
Born and
obviously
raised.
born and raised, brother. I love Alexis on Fire, and I remember they were like one of the first bands that, like, when I was in high school and I was in a band, I was in a hardcore band, and I still have like a project I do now, like very much a fan of heavy music, and I remember the first time I saw Alexis on Fire, like back when Much Music was still a thing,
Yeah.
which was a glorious time.
The music video
Like,
countdowns. and
Oh,
stuff.
it was the best,
Loved
dude.
it.
Like, it was
Loved
such a great time to grow up and be a new music fan because we just had so much great Canadian content. Not just the fact that like Much Music was a cool program and the people on it were great, but they did a great job of promoting Canadian artists too. And they used to have that show on like late at night called Much Loud. And I remember seeing the music video for Counterparts and Number Them. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I'd never heard anything like it before. And I fell in love with it. And then like my friends that, you know, all started playing instruments, we all started listening to the same kind of stuff. And George was like kind of my inspiration to start doing heavy vocals. And I've just always loved the band. They're such a pivotal artist for, I think, a lot of people in Canada. And I've just always loved the band. And I got the heartogram because with the lyric, "Our hearts will roam," it's just kind of a symbol of like my friends and I, because like we all kind of started playing music because of Alexis on Fire.
I love that.
So that's why I have it. Yeah.
So what do you do in your music project now? Do you still play and perform, or are you like production? Like...
No, like my best friend and I just make tunes just for fun. And he kind of handles all the production side of it. Like my two best friends, both went to Fanshawe for music industry arts. They're both like very accomplished music engineers, and they can play all the instruments. I can't play any instruments. Like I can't do it. I could maybe fake it on drums for a couple bars, but those dudes have all the talent with that shit. And I just kind of show up and sing and do whatever. It's just like a fun thing that we do.
Yeah.
If y'all ever want a producer, let me know.
Oh, dude.
Well,
there you
I was
go.
going to say, did Janice tell you about Wild Bill's background?
A little bit, but I'm not like, what do you have, like music production
You
experience?
need to listen to this guy's music. It's
That's unreal.
bangers.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
Bangers.
Like, I haven't reached your guys' genre yet. Like, I love the genre. I just haven't. It's not my style to perform and everything.
Right.
But I'm like a lot of like pop punk.
I love pop punk.
A lot of like new school. I wouldn't say hip hop, but like, I guess pop. Pop would be like the ideal area for me to work in. But I just love to produce in general.
That's sick.
Like I had.
That's a
I'm
great
moving
thing.
now, but beforehand, like I had my own studio, like our soundtrack that we use for our intro on our podcast. Me and Ty sat down one night and built it.
That's great.
Made it.
Yeah.
That's so killer, dude. And that's a unique skill to have.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people can do it. I can't. Like, I watch Rob and Quincy, our other buddy who was our guitar player, do it. And like I would sit and watch the master our stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it just looks like Chinese to me, dude. Like they're fiddling with all these meters. I'm like, I don't even know how you have the patience to sit there and do that. I just come in and sing and I leave, dude. Like, you guys fiddle with the stuff.
I'm going to be totally honest. When Wild Bill says that we sat down and we did that intro, it was, we sat down, he made it, and then he said, "Do you like this?"
And then you went, yeah.
Yeah, bro, like, that's sick as fuck.
What a good guy, though. He made it sound inclusive. He's like,
Yeah.
we did
Well,
this.
put our
Like,
brains
I
together.
have to give him the credit for it. It's great. I love it.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, and that's cool that like you're a music guy, because like music's the only thing that I love infinitely more than sports. I'm a way bigger music fan.
Yeah.
Like, it's ours, so we're not gonna get copyrighted. I can show you the little intro video. That
Dude, yeah, let me hear this. Yeah, it's fantastic.
and like added a bunch of hockey sounds into it and stuff.
That's great. That's sick,
Great
dude.
transition.
I love it.
And then at the end,
Ah, you got a little Bonesy in there. Dude, I love that. Joe Bowen, the legend himself.
Yes.
One more kick at the can.
Yeah.
One of my all-time heroes.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's amazing skill set to have. Like, I just don't have the brain power to be able to do something like that, man. I just kind of write the lyrics and leave.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Because like I love making the music and like making my own music and stuff, but just getting vocals from somebody or getting an instrumental from somebody and being able to turn what they have into a product of my own.
Yeah,
It's
man.
next level.
That's
I love it.
That's incredible. Keep doing
I love it.
because like you never know where that can take you, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty unique skill set to have, and I mean, music's the great equalizer, man.
Yeah.
Everybody likes music, right? So
I'm on a bit of a hiatus from it right now. Like I sold all my gear because I'm moving and stuff.
I'm on a high. You sound like Rick Rubin or something like that. I'm taking a little break from the.
Yeah.
Well,
sabbatical.
It was a big for the last 3-4 years. It was a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
Get home
All the gear.
My best friend, he's an incredible singer
Nice.
and an unbelievable guitar player. He's gone to Vegas and won championships and stuff.
That's badass.
So me and him would be on FaceTime until 2-3 in the morning just writing songs.
That's the best stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like making it. That's why I still just do it for fun.
Yeah.
Like Rob and I just have a project that it's just a thing that we do to kind of be creative and keep making good hardcore music, because that's just what we grew up on.
Yeah.
It's important to do that.
And I'm sure I'll get back to that. With everything that's going on, I just got engaged this year. We're planning a wedding. I'm moving in with her.
Yeah, man.
So,
That's a whole process.
Just needed to step back a bit and kind of focus more on outside.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome, man. Keep doing it.
So if you guys ever want someone to kind of just mess around with some stuff.
Hey, you never know. You never know. That's awesome.
I promise I'm not a SoundCloud producer or anything.
No, there's a lot of those. No, yeah, I can clearly tell.
He does.
I can clearly tell. You're just by hearing that, it's you're putting a lot of effort into it, which is great. Yeah, it's an awesome thing to be involved with.
You'll have to show him some stuff after.
Yeah, so we don't get copyrighted again.
Yeah, so that's something we actually did in the first few segments, and we got copyrighted for it. Is we did Song of the Week.
Oh yeah,
But then we really weren't sure how copyright worked, but then we figured out pretty quickly how it worked.
yeah, they're dicks about it, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of free use laws, but they're with music, it's really stringent.
See, the only place we got copyrighted though was YouTube. Our Spotify and stuff, none of those episodes got taken down or flagged or anything.
Yeah, I don't know how much of an issue it is on non-visual mediums, but anything that you put up on YouTube or Twitch, stuff like that, they got bots that are programmed to be no.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
And I mean, they didn't get taken down. They just got flagged, so we couldn't share them.
Right, yeah, but they're up still, yeah.
But,
they have a whole
people that follow us, they could still go be hey, there's a new episode, let's watch it.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's that, right? Yeah. But yeah,
but
copyright.
At least they didn't do us totally dirty, but they did us dirty.
For sure. It's an annoying, and copyrights. I don't pretend to understand it myself, some of the laws, but there they are.
People want to protect what they own, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because I know certain distribution platforms offer you licensing to be able to do things like that.
Yeah.
But we're just guys that are throwing YouTube videos up ourselves. We don't have any licenses on YouTube or anything like that. So it's
yeah, for sure.
We got music in the background. We listen to it kind of just out of our own enjoyment for a segment.
Yeah.
We're not using it in our videos to boost us up the algorithm or anything.
Right.
But they don't know that.
Well, exactly, yeah. And it's
They
kind of
just
a
hear it
blanket policy
yeah.
that they have, right?
Yeah.
I remember during the pandemic, friends of ours just in the music business and whatever, our friend Taylor, he thought it'd be a good idea, just a fun project, we should get all a bunch of our friends to record covers of songs we like, and just we'll make a compilation, and it'll just be a fun project that we do. So a bunch of our friends and us did a few different tunes. I think it ended up being 22, 23 songs long, and we put it out, and after a year we had to pay a licensing fee to keep them up on iTunes.
Right.
because like you have to pay a licensing fee just in case so many people start streaming our cover and we start making money.
Yeah.
That so they make you pay like, and it wasn't much. I think it was like $25 a song or something like that.
Right.
And so we kept it up for a couple years, but like you have to keep repaying it.
Yeah.
But they're all still alive on YouTube though, which is like, it's a little different if it's a cover.
Yeah.
So they're still alive on there, but
Do you guys still upload your stuff like currently?
yeah, I mean like our most recent stuff is all out there. And we have a couple music videos up. Well, the project that I have with my best friend Rob is just called Clarence Street, just ST, and it's pretty heavy. So just be warned, like it's not.
I'm a metal guy.
It's not easy listening by any means. I'm gonna be yelling in your face, but
do you do like scratch vocals and stuff, like screamo type stuff?
100%. Yeah.
Give us a scream.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna break your microphone. Yeah,
Microphone.
I'll show it to you after. You'll get
Hell yeah.
you'll get the
What do
idea.
you do to prep yourself for that? Like,
Well, a lot of vocal exercises.
Yeah.
Like I was lucky. Like I just like fell into discovering I could do it. Like I was doing it as a joke
yeah.
when I was like 13 when I first started like trying to do it, and it was all because of like Alexis on Fire. I was basically like mimicking George.
Okay.
Right. And I was just goofing off in our friend's basement and they were playing tunes.
Yeah.
This is like early before like the band was formed. And I was just doing it like as a joke. And he was like, "You're actually good at it." So then we formed a band, started doing it. And then I thought I should probably take like vocal lessons to not destroy my throat. Right. And I was lucky. Like I know they still do like music lessons and stuff, but my family, mom's side of the family, like Shaw Music used to be in town here. They had a storefront, and my cousin Lindsay, R.I.P., she was a great vocal teacher. And so she was not used to like teaching like a heavy vocalist. However, the principles are still the same, and she taught me a lot of great vocal exercises and also like vocal maintenance. You know, like a lot of guys that you see that like blow their voices out, it's because it's not so much their lack of warming up, which is a big thing, but it's people will perform for 2 hours and then they'll go off stage and they'll drink 100 beers and be yelling in the green room. You have to rest your voice.
Sounds like M Shadows.
That's exactly what happened to him. The dude from Bullet for My Valentine.
I love that.
Like all those dudes that had those vocal problems. It's because they were, you know, alcohol's super bad for your vocal cords. Like you should not be drinking while you're singing, ideally, because it essentially dries them out. Right. So if you perform like a giant concert and you're yelling your head off, and then you walk off stage and party till 4 a.m. and smoke 90 cigarettes. Like, don't be surprised when you get polyps on your vocal cords and you need surgery and shit. Like, it's luckily that never happened to me, and I learned at a young age to take care of my voice. But that's how it happens. That's how a lot of people wreck their voice. You got to rest your voice. It's huge.
Do you do the same before games? Like, do you exercise before games?
I don't like do a lot of vocal warming up before games, a little bit, and I'll drink stuff that helps preserve my vocal strength. Particularly like unsweetened coconut waters is great, and like just black coffee, like warm black coffee, not scalding hot. Have a cup of that, and then go do the game. And then after, like generally like when I leave the rink, I drive home and I don't speak. I rest my voice and I go to bed. You know, there's nights where like the crew will go out and we'll have like a post-game beer every now and again, but it's like, one, go home and don't talk and rest.
100%.
Because vocal rest is the biggest way you're gonna maintain your throat, for sure.
Have you seen the movie Anchorman?
Absolutely. 1,000 times.
That's just how I picture everyone warming up for their before.
Oh my God! Mickey Mouse severed his leg in the bear trap. Wendy wore her wedding dress to the orgy. Yeah, dude, that's Anchorman. I'm a broadcaster, dude. Yeah. Anchorman is that's me. He represents me.
Would you say Ron Burgundy's your hero?
I mean, he'd certainly be in the top 10. I mean, I don't know if I'd name him first, but what an inspiration. What an inspiration.
Tell me it doesn't feel like a cock.
Oh my God, dude. That's the thing too about that. Like how rare is it that like a sequel that's that far off the original was actually decent.
Yeah,
well, that was
the unrated Anchorman 2 is next level funny. There's so many good lines in it.
Like both of those are probably like the Anchorman movies 1 and 2. They're probably in like the top 5 for me.
100%. 2 of the funniest movies ever made.
If we're talking comedy though, my number one's always going to be Step Brothers.
Step Brothers is an elite one too.
Yeah. Will Ferrell's movies, like he's just amazing.
Yeah, he's
all of them.
He's put out a ton of great stuff. I think my favorite comedy movie to this day is Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
The original Dumb and Dumber is one of the funniest movies ever, dude.
Yeah.
It is so stupid and it holds up well today. Like when he's like, I first saw that movie when I was like pretty young and like didn't understand a lot of the jokes, but like their physical comedy was so funny. And everybody, of course, loved the diarrhea scene. Like that was funny to any like 10-year-old. But like watching the movie as I got older and started to like understand the jokes, like when he walks out of the bar in Aspen and sees the old article and is like, "We've landed on the moon." That's one of the funniest jokes ever. And Jim Carrey ad-libbed that.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't in the script. He was walking out, happened to see it, and was like, "We've landed on the moon." It's so
Another
funny.
Amazing actor.
Oh my God, what a gift that guy has.
Have you ever watched any of his older stand-up?
Oh man, it's unbelievable.
Like he's so funny.
He's incredibly funny. He does like his old like Clint Eastwood impression. It's so good, man. Jim Carrey's one of the most talented guys of all time.
Yeah.
Good Canadian.
Yeah.
You'll love this because he went on Dumb and Dumber. At a wedding to go to.
Unbelievable. Where's the top hat though? Did you have the top hat?
No, I didn't.
Did you at least have a cane?
No.
That too, when they go in and they're lightsaber fighting in the way to the dinner.
Yes.
I think that might have been one of the funniest moments of that movie when he gets the champagne bottle and kills the snowy owl, and then they both turn around and go, "Boy, this party really died." That's so funny, man. I love, and man, the hardest I've ever laughed is the part where like he takes Mary or whatever skiing and they get in the snowball fight and he cranks her so hard in the face. I cried laughing, dude. Years ago when like my last year in Conestoga, our business of television teacher took us to a taping of the George Stroumboulopoulos show back when he still had his talk show on CBC. And I was so fired up because Lauren Hawley, who played Mary, was supposed to be a guest. And we got there and found out she couldn't make it. I was devastated because and she probably would have hated this. I desperately wanted to walk up to her and go, "Mary, what are the odds of a guy like you and a girl like me ending up together?" Like I wanted to do the bit from the movie, and like all my friends were like, please don't." I would hope though that she would appreciate it, like,
it's a
because
once in a life opportunity for you to do that.
I wanted to so bad, and George came out and was like, "Unfortunately, Lauren Hall." I was like, "No."
Okay, so now to this day, say she was there, would you have done it?
I still think I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't now, but like back then, if I had the opportunity, yeah, I absolutely would have done it. Now I just walk up to her and be like, I love you in Dumb and Dumber. It's like
Yeah.
the best movie ever. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They don't make many like that anymore. Or
No.
any
I
of
know,
them.
I know, yeah. The comedy,
Yeah.
the modern day like comedy has kind of died off a little bit because it doesn't make $1 billion at the
No.
box office, which sucks. But
okay, as a new comedy coming out, have you seen the new Happy Gilmore?
I've not seen it yet.
Okay.
I've heard some mixed reviews.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I haven't seen a second of it outside of the previews. I don't know if I'll watch it. I don't know. Like
it's another one that's not as good as the original.
No.
It's like
yeah, that's kind of the
it's got a lot of parts in it that you don't understand, like why it's a part of the movie. Like
I also
isn't like Eminem in it or something.
yeah, it's
I
just a
also
lot
think-
of cameos. I think there's like 75. They
Yeah.
said cameos. in
you
it.
also need to
Jesus.
really know golf, like the athletes of golf.
Right, because I know that like the guys are in the like
Yeah.
Rory's in the
Oh,
movie
yeah.
and shit.
But there's
Yeah.
like it goes to like Xander Schauffele, Tommy Fleetwood, I think, Ricky Fowler, goes like all the way back to Jack Nicklaus, all the old guys. So you need to know who all they are to understand it.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Which like I do, but for non-golf fans, I don't know that they would
Yeah.
necessarily understand
You
the.
wouldn't know who it is. Or,
Yeah,
like they were in their yellow jackets, but that's essentially the green jacket.
yeah,
And if you don't really understand that, or if you, for a younger fan, say you haven't seen the first Happy Gilmore, you just go to see the second one.
yeah. You wouldn't know at all
You-
what's up.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I might watch it, but it's not exactly on my
Mhm.
wish list to see.
You might need to be high out of your mind to have a to
All right.
get a good laugh at it.
Oh, then I probably don't want to see it then.
Yeah, no, it
Like-
was a funny movie, but it wasn't. It's nothing to write home about. Like it's no top tier comedy.
Well, Sandler, like I don't think he's put anything decent out since like Mr. Deeds.
That was
yeah,
a great movie.
yeah.
It was an awesome
He's
movie.
Like
Like-
Blackfoot.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, no, go ahead, hit it.
I want to grab the foot.
Go ahead, hit it. Like, yeah, he had a really great pocket in like the late '90s, early 2000s of like great stuff. Like when I was a kid, I loved Little Nicky. Like, shouldn't have been watching that, but I was, and like it was funny, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know that I'm a big fan of like a lot of the newer stuff he's
No.
put out over the last number of years. But like another guy that's had like when he did the one where he was the diamond guy, what the Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
That was an incredible film. Like
Yeah.
not a comedy at all, but like amazing film.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not a huge fan of some of his comedic output over the last 20 years.
They did do a great tribute in Happy Gilmore too, though. I don't know if it was a jersey or a hockey T-shirt he was wearing, but it had 13 on it for Goudreau.
Yeah, that was sick. And didn't they also do something for like the actor who played Chubbs because he died
I
before
think
they
so,
could
yeah.
film
They had
his son was in
Yeah.
it, I think. Like
Yeah.
that, yeah, that's cool. Like one thing you can say about Sandler, whether you like his newer movies or whatever, is like he does a great job of taking care of his friends.
He's
Yeah.
a class act human being.
A lot of the same people are in his
His
movies.
family's
He always takes care of like his production crew.
Yeah.
He seems like a great dude
He did
for sure.
a little cameo on the TV too of Cameron Boyce.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
who that is?
Yep.
As him passing away a few years ago.
yeah.
He did a little one for him, and I guess it's come out now that he won't. Other than this one, in his newer movies, he doesn't. You'll see if you watch them all. He doesn't have a son because Cameron Boyce passed away. He didn't do that
Mhm.
until this movie.
That's very cool. Yeah, he seems like a great dude for
Didn't
sure.
he do Boston's draft pick this year too?
Yep.
Thought so.
For James Higgins.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a second of the draft this year.
No.
And like we were doing something, I can't remember. I think we were working on something, Rob and I, and like I just kind of skipped my mind. But I just remember like looking at Twitter and being like, it's still going?
Mhm.
Like that was the complaint I heard from everybody. They were like, it was 6 hours long. And I was like, what the hell were they
Yeah.
doing? because they had it in like they did it like remotely or whatever. I was like, oh, they shouldn't have done that.
No.
We used to watch it every year, like, and trade deadline day too. We would skip school. We would skip school and like order pizza and watch trade deadline. It was the best. And I don't know, some of the magic of that's gone a little bit.
It really is.
But
I mean, it's very hit or miss now, especially for like free agency, because like
yeah,
me and Ty talked about this before. There's not consistent talent across the league that you keep your eyes on anymore.
yeah, like
Back in the day, every team had that one specific superstar that everybody wanted to see.
it's a little watered down, and it's just there's too many teams. First of all, like, and there's probably 7 or 8 too many. But I mean, they're not going anywhere now. Like,
and
it's
if anything, there's
bajillion-dollar business. Of course there will. Yeah, there'll be like 36 teams 5 years from now, which is a joke. It's way too many. It's way too many teams. Like, but you know, if ownership groups are going to keep on coming and ponying up like 1.25 billion for a franchise, it's like, yeah, great. We'll take your money and you can set up shop in Houston,
Atlanta times 3.
Atlanta times 3. I'd rather kiss a shotgun. That's such a joke. Ew. Yeah, what a great business idea. Let's go back to Atlanta.
You know what? Fuck
You
it.
know?
Let's bring back the Coyotes.
That will happen, dude. That will happen. Like, Gary, do you know how much it probably pained Gary to have them move? Gary loved the Coyotes. They were his baby. The league owned them like for 2 years. Like, the whole problem with that was just the arena fiasco, right? Like, it was in the middle of nowhere and nobody would go. I remember, like, in college, one cool thing I got to do, my friends were doing a video for Hockey Helps the Homeless, and Mike Gartner was like the main guy running it that year. So I got to sit down, which was a big deal for me. He's one of the greatest capitals ever. And I remember asking him a bit about that because he got traded to the Coyotes like early on, like maybe the second year they were there. But that was back when they were downtown.
Okay.
And he was like, there were lots of people at our games. Like, it was like him, Keith Kachuk, like that old era of the Coyotes. And he was like, yeah, there were people all the time. But then when they moved them way the hell over here, it really, really hurt their attendance in a market that already kind of was a little iffy on the sport.
Struggling.
So, but guaranteed, like, somebody with money will get an arena built downtown there and we'll get the Coyotes again, or whatever the hell they want to call them.
It's crazy that they moved on kind of as quick as they did, as fast as their market fell off, because I saw the same thing with the Florida Panthers. Like, when they sucked, their arenas were empty.
Absolutely, dude. Well, their arena's in the middle of a swamp.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, if you see where their arena is, like, it's in the middle of, like, a strip mall that
when
is...
they show it outside in, like, the playoffs or something, it's, like, in the middle of nowhere.
It legitimately is, right? And, I mean, they've done a great job of, like, building that program up, but when they're bad again in, like, 5 years, I wonder what that'll look like.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because, like, in the Shane Doan era of the Coyotes, like, place was packed when they were actually a playoff team.
Yeah, they had a couple. Well, remember they went to the conference final that one year and lost to LA, and like it was
12, wasn't it?
Yeah,
12 season when they went on to play New Jersey in the finals.
Yeah, and Mike Smith was rocking. Like he was just playing out of his mind. Yeah, like it looked like a fun building. Yeah, but you know, people had to drive way out of their way to get out there, right in the middle of Glendale. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's a great. That's why you see so many teams now, like the Senators are doing it, like trying to get downtown. Yeah. Because if you're downtown, you can like at least eliminate for a lot of local people the need to drive somewhere and pay for parking. That alone is like a huge draw where people are like, well, I can just get on the L train for $4 and walk right to the game, have a few drinks. I'm not driving, and take transit home. Yeah. Like that makes a huge difference. Yeah, sure.
I heard they did get
Ottawa.
Deal done on some land. Got
their deal.
They did, yeah. They've got it. Right? They've got it at the LeBreton Flats, yeah. Earlier this week, whatever it was, Tuesday or Wednesday. I was just down there in July at Ottawa Blues Fest when I saw Turnstile, and I was like, you could see the patch of land where they had, and I was like, this is an amazing spot for arena. There's a light rail transit station right there.
Perfect.
Oh,
And it's dirt cheap to ride the train. We took it from downtown, like Main Street, Ottawa, to there. It was a 2-minute train ride.
oh wow.
I was like, this is, if they can get an arena built here, it's going to be giant for them, which is cool. Like, we don't need to lose any more Canadian teams. That's for damn sure. You know,
Because we know we ain't getting Quebec back.
which is so crazy, man. Like, that's a really nice building. And they built it, and there's just like nothing in it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ramparts play there, but I mean, like, that's a junior. It's wild that they have that nice of a building, and there's not a professional team in there. It's
Seriously.
pretty crazy. But Gary doesn't like us, guys. Like, it's,
No,
Gary,
no.
Gary doesn't like us, so I don't know. You know?
That's something that's definitely been consistently talked about on this podcast.
Yeah.
Is Gary does not like Canada.
Jerry, yeah, just I don't know, man. I have a lot of opinions about that guy.
Fuck
I don't
that
know.
guy.
Yeah.
Long story short, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I wish somebody else was
Mm-hmm.
the figurehead of the best hockey league on earth. I hope he's about ready to retire.
Yeah. Someone who can.
I think it's a joke he's in the Hall of Fame, like me personally. I know a lot of people disagree with me because, like, I'll say this for Gary, like, he has good business sense, obviously, and has made the league a lot of money. But I don't really necessarily care how well the owners are doing. Like, I don't give a rat's ass about billionaires and their welfare. Like, you got enough boats, don't you?
They're doing just fine.
They're
Like,
fine.
Yeah.
Like, crying, like, oh, we had to pay these guys $20 million. Like, oh my God, really? Like,
Yeah.
Look at what the NFL pays, or the MLB, or the NBA.
I know. Well, in Major League Baseball, too, like, it's interesting you bring that up. Like, we're probably not far away from a salary cap in that
No, I was
league, too.
hearing about that on where was it? JD Bunkies.
Yeah.
He was talking about it a few weeks ago.
Well, it's something that I can tell you the owners are definitely talking about it. It's not new. They've
No.
probably been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is doing it, but baseball. I will say this though, like, baseball's players union is a lot more like united and tough an organization than the other player associations.
From what
But I
heard
do
about
still think that they will get a salary cap.
I question what kind of cap they'd have, though. Like, how are you going to throw in a salary cap when you're already paying guys $500 million for 15 years?
Yeah, so I don't know what it would be where if it was like what the NHL did, and remember they basically had to restructure everybody's contracts because, like, when the lockout happened, like, you had guys that were making $20 million in signing bonus money, like Fedorov was making a mountain of money and then had to have it all restructured. I don't know if it would be something like that, which I doubt the players would agree to, but I don't know how you would institute an actual cap in that league. I mean, that's above my pay grade, and I don't even know what you would have to set the number at. My biggest thing with baseball is I think that they desperately need a salary floor more than they need a cap. Like, because I used to be an athletics fan, and I always said if they move them, I'm done. And I hate John Fisher, the owner. I think he's a pig. But, like, it's embarrassing the amount of talent that, like, Oakland, Pittsburgh, Tampa, like, they crank out so much great young talent. Like, T-3, like, Paul Skeen's going to be a New York Yankee within, like, 3 years. You just know it, right? Like, because Pittsburgh's not going to pay him. And it's like, what's this team even here for?
Yeah.
Like, they're basically just a second draft floor for teams that are willing to spend money.
Yeah.
And I'm embarrassed that, like, Oakland and Pittsburgh, like, they have these great young players, and their payroll is less than the worst NHL team, which is bonkers when you consider that baseball makes more than double the revenue that the NHL does. I think the NHL for the first time last year did $7 billion.
Yeah.
MLB made 16.5.
Wow.
And the Pirates payroll this year,
Yeah.
off the top of my head, I think is $38 million. In the NHL, you have to pay at least, what's the floor now, 73? Like, that's more than double. And baseball teams are just like, oh, yeah, you know, you want this young guy that we've nurtured wants a new contract. Well, let's trade him.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassing culture, and it's not competitive. It's very strange to me. So I actually think baseball needs to be like, you guys need to spend more money rather than restrict the spending. Sure, restrict it a bit at the top.
Or at least have a guideline of where to spend money.
And that's what they need, because on the low end of things, like, you can just criminally underpay a roster and expect fans to show up. Like Pittsburgh, I've never been to the stadium there, but my friend has been there a couple times, and he's like, it is like the nicest stadium, and the product on the field is horrific. And like, that's crazy. In a town like Pittsburgh too, with a lot of history of winning stuff.
Yes.
And their baseball team is that embarrassing. Like, it's, I don't understand.
Well, speaking of money,
speaking of money, yeah, where's this going? Hey.
Well, I just happened to see that Matthew Schaefer, I saw what his signing was for his 3-year contract, and it was $4.75 million.
Yeah, well, because he's got all those Class A bonuses built
so
into it.
That's not. So I was just curious about it, because I thought it wasn't a $900 a year.
I think it was like $875 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the max
Maximum?
now is $975, and I think that next year it's going up to $1 million for a max rookie contract, because the cap's going so far up.
Okay.
For a long time it was $925 for like a good majority of this cap era. The max rookie cap hit was $925, but then like all the really big picks that get picked, they have what's called scheduled bonuses, and I don't fully understand the system. I loosely understand it, but like the big guys, like the Matthews, the Crosbys, Schaefer, they'll all get what's called Class A rookie bonuses.
Okay.
So it's probably something like, one stage of it will be like, if Schaefer gets 30 points this year, he'll get $500,000 or something. If he gets 50 points, he'll get another $500,000. It's performance-based bonuses that are built in that count against your cap next year. Okay. So like this year, because he hasn't played yet, his cap hit will be $975, whatever it is, that max. Yeah. But if he hit all his bonuses that all add up to that $4 million mark, next year those bonuses count against the cap.
Okay. Gotcha.
So even though his salary is still $975, he gets those bonuses and they count against your salary cap.
Gotcha.
So technically his hit next year would be $4 million.
Yes, if he hits all those bonuses.
So speaking of him, because you cover the OHL, what can we expect to see from him? Do you think he's going to play this year? Probably.
Like, I think he might be the only guy outside of Hagens in this draft class, as I've been told by people that know a little more than me, that could probably crack their lineups.
Okay.
I think most of the rest of the draft class will for sure be going back to college or junior. His whole thing will just depend on, you know, how he performs in camp and if he looks like he can keep up with the speed. Yeah. Because like, he's never going to be a guy that's physically dominant. It's just not his game. But if he shows that he can play at NHL speed and hold his own with the skill set that he does have, I imagine he will probably, like, I know for sure he'll probably make the team and he'll get his 9-game audition. Yeah. And they'll make a decision then. But I'll also say, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did end up back in junior, only because he missed so much time last year. He had a terrible luck breaking his collarbone there, and then he had mono.
Game. Yeah, he
had mono. Like, he lost a lot of development time in his draft year, right? But like, his skill set was so immense, you know, and people are desperate for defensemen like that nowadays. So
especially with New York just getting rid of Dobson.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's highly likely that he sticks in the NHL, but I'd give it about a 70-30, like 30% he ends up back in the OHL.
Okay.
But I bet he sticks.
So you say Hagens and Schaefer. So I've heard just from listening to other podcasts, we don't have any crazy insiders.
Yeah.
You
We
might,
got this guy now.
like you might have, yeah.
I don't know that I'm an insider, really. I just kind of watch.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I see the kids play, but
Yeah, but I've heard Schaefer and Misa. So
see, I don't know if Mike is ready for, like, it's a supremely talented kid. Like his motor, his creative motor, which really is the core of his game. Like he is so offensively gifted already, and like he like the thing when you watch OHL players is like I don't necessarily care because there are guys on teams that are a little weaker that maybe don't necessarily have the supporting cast around them to help their game flourish on the score sheet.
Yeah.
I'm more like watching, and I think scouts are too, the plays guys are able to make, especially with little space.
Yeah.
Like, because that's something that's at a premium in the NHL. Like, you're not going to see guys that dangle their way through an entire team all the time. Like, that's a special player in the NHL. There's very few guys that can go end to end. Yeah, like how many guys you count on like one hand how many guys in the NHL could legitimately dangle their way through an entire opposing lineup. It's rare. And so I'm more watching like what guys can do when they're challenged and have their space taken away. And Mike is certainly a kid that has stuck out for that reason. And I think he was the 6th player ever to not be 18 when the season started in his draft year and have 130 plus points. And he was the first guy since Lindros to do that. Okay. Very different player, obviously.
Yeah.
But I will say I do think he winds up back in the OHL next year. They might even try and slide him into the AHL. But and they can't send him there technically unless Saginaw agreed because he's not 20. But I feel like he'll be back in the OHL. I just don't know that he's physically ready to play. And again, this is coming from a guy that doesn't see him every game. Like we get him quite a bit in Guelph.
Yeah.
And whenever he shows up, he usually torches the store. Like he's an incredible talent. Yeah. I don't think that he doesn't have NHL ready talent and skill. I just more wonder about a guy that will certainly get roughed up a lot more and going into corners with men. I'm not sure if he's ready for it yet. But he will be a good NHL player. I have no doubt about that.
So now I'm going to ask you a Guelph question.
Sure.
Quinn
Beauchesne?
Yes. Because I've heard a lot where he's going to apparently be pretty good come the NHL. Is just from what I've heard about him, seen on social media. What can I get from somebody who watches him every game?
So Quinn's a guy that like I think started the year getting talked about as like a first round talent, and I think he kind of had a similar path almost to what we saw a couple seasons ago with Cam Allen.
Yep.
Where it was like Cam, he was a rookie of the year. I mean, Quinn wasn't, but and then had a tough sophomore year in Guelph on a team that really struggled defensively. And he was a guy that was a lot more offensively gifted and had to kind of learn to round his game out a little more and use his size and his skating ability. And I think Quinn is in a similar vein. Like the Storm had a really tough year last year, and especially keeping the puck out of their net. And I think he learned a lot about what it means to be a defenseman because his skating ability is fantastic. Like he's I wouldn't call him elite, but he's an above average skater with good edge work. He's not as physical as a guy like Cam, even though Cam's not the biggest dude. He throws his weight around out there. Like he plays like almost recklessly sometimes when he was younger, and has turned into a really well-rounded player. Quinn's not ever, I think, going to be like a bang and crash guy, but he doesn't need to be because of his skating ability, and he's got good vision. I think, though, he fell into the 5th round, and Pittsburgh is probably hoping that they've got a steal there because he does show flashes of really great offensive instincts. But this year, I'd like to see him take a little more ownership of his own end.
Yep.
I think the coaches would probably tell you that too. And offensively, I'd like to see him take more control of especially the power play. And I'd like to see him shoot the puck more from the point.
Okay.
But all the tools are there for him to be a very good puck rushing defenseman. I think he's got a skill set that he can determine for himself how far he takes that in the NHL. I think he has the potential to be like a 50-plus point power play guy who's very useful. Is he going to turn into a 30-point third pairing guy that can move a puck and skate a little bit? I don't know. I think it's up to him. I think at best he probably ends up being like a second pair guy who can help you on the power play. At worst, I think he's a top 6 guy for sure, simply because he can move so well.
Yeah.
You know who I've really enjoyed watching in Guelph? I think he's kind of underrated. Max Nemesnikov.
Oh, I loved Mad Max. Mad Max was my guy.
He was sick.
He was, and Max is one of those guys too. He's going to play in the NCAA this year. He's at Lake Superior State, which is cool for him being in Minnesota because his older brother's right across the border in Winnipeg there.
Yeah.
So it's great for their family. I loved Max, dude, and
It was so fun watching him.
He, when you think about what he had to kind of walk into, right? Like a former 3rd overall pick in the league. He was on a Sarnia team at the time that was really stacked up and trying to go for it. So he was really like pushed down the lineup. He was playing a lot of 3rd line, sometimes 4th line minutes, 12, 13 minutes a night, throw him out there on the second power play. And he wasn't in a situation in Sarnia, unfortunately, at the time that would allow him to flourish and build on the talents that he clearly had. And I think it was like a rare trade that really worked out for both teams because I say we, I don't work for the team. The Storm moved Sasha Pastajov to Sarnia. They were in go for it mode and ended up taking that team to the conference final that lost to London 2 years ago. And Nemesnikov came over and ended up getting thrust into a top 6 role right away because Guelph was selling at that time. And there was a lot of holes in the lineup all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. Well, he came in and just absolutely like his first 3 months in Guelph, because that trade happened in November, late November, when they moved Sash out, who was also a dynamite kid, and I think he'll play in the NHL too. When Max came in, it was kind of like, okay, like small guy, but he plays a lot bigger than his size. Like feisty, like he'd get right in there. Mm-hmm. He wasn't afraid of anybody, and he also could really shoot the puck. And he walked in and lit Guelph on fire, dude. Like his first few months in Guelph, because he ended up forming a line. He was on the left wing of Matt Poitras, and then Braden Bowman was on the other side, and that was one of the top scoring lines all the way down the stretch drive. And after the trade deadline that year, Guelph had one of the best records. And it was really through that top line. Like Poitras, Nemesnikov, Bowman, that was nasty. And Potsy, like I saw all those guys at Garrett McFadden's annual golf tournament or whatever. And like it was fun to catch up with those dudes. And I always tease Potsy when I see him that he could have broke Jeff O'Neill's assist record that season. But he got suspended twice for slew footing. Mm-hmm. And he ended the year on 80 assists, and the record's 82. Like he would have broke Jeff O'Neill's franchise record for single season assists. And I always give him a tough time about that. But like Max was so much fun and an even nicer kid, like just a dynamite kid. And when the year ended, because he was one of our overagers this year, I caught up with him after the game. I always like to go and say goodbye to the OAs, and he was just like, I just want to say thanks so much for all your calls and this. And I was like, dude, what are you talking about, man? Like it's like, thank you. Like you provided us a lot of great content. Yeah. Just a fun, hockey player.
Yeah.
And someone should invite him to their training camp and take a shot on him, because he can shoot the puck, man. He's a fun kid.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun to watch.
Absolutely.
So a few players there, plus one more I'm going to mention. So Matt Poitras, Braden Bowman, and Jet Luchenko.
Yeah.
So those three are big names I've heard as well, watching Guelph and just following their pages, and then going from them being drafted into the NHL. Those three players, how are they going to flourish? Are they going to flourish in the NHL? Do you know?
Well, like Jet certainly will. He's not going to have a hard time finding a role. Like Jet has incredible offensive talent, but like he is such a good two-way player, obviously. And I know a lot of people in Guelph, myself included, selfishly would like to see him back with the team this year. You know, I know he made the Flyers out of camp last year, played 4 games and got sent back. I still believe Philly should be patient with him and let him, you know, on a hopefully rebounding Storm team come back and get another crack at the World Juniors. I actually, you know, without being, you know, too much of a homer, I hated the way that Dave Cameron used him at the World Juniors. I felt like he deserved a lot more ice time than he got. And I'm biased. I watch Jet every night. But he's going to be a great NHL player. Like, I don't know that he'll necessarily, like, I know he's kind of in that Patrice Bergeron type of mold. And I certainly agree with that type of comparison. He'll always have a place because he reads the game so well that he's a great defender. And then he also has those great hands. He's got good vision, and his skating ability is well above average. Like I've heard people in the league, you know, during his draft year saying that he was like a one-man power play breakout, and he is, because he can pass it, but he can also just take it and skate through people, and his edges are so good. Like, he's a deceptive skater, and it's scary probably as a defender. Like, I'm watching from up top and I can see where he's going. And as a defender at ice level with him, to have that guy charging downhill at you and knowing he's got the skill to cut one way and leave you behind, I think he's going to be a really good NHL player. Bonesy, one of my favorite guys ever, like an unbelievable kid who worked his ass off and managed to get signed by Vegas. And I was talking to one of their scouts in the media room last year. I was like, you have to say hi to Bonesy for me. Like, how's he doing? And he was on their AHL team, and he was like, they love him down there. Like, the most coachable kid, and he can rifle a puck. Like, his one-timers, especially in Guelph. Like, I'd be ramping my voice up before the puck even went in the net, because as soon as they passed to, I just knew this is going top shelf. Like, he has one of the most accurate one-timers and has made a great career for himself already, being a below average skater. He's not a burner, but he's one of those guys that just gets where he's supposed to be, and the shot is going to do a lot for him. And he's also an extremely popular guy, like one of the most well-liked dudes I've ever seen. Like, everybody loved Bones. Tremendous kid. And then Potsy, like, I mean, talk about a kid that like really floored it early in his career, like to get drafted, make the Bruins and stick, which a lot of people in Guelph were heartbroken, because we were thinking heading into that season, man, we're going to have Poitras back with Nemesnikov and Bowman. Luchenko will be our second line center. Well, Potsy didn't come back.
I thought he was going to go back.
I think a lot of people did. And a lot of people were hoping he would, and he didn't come back. Because remember, that was the year that David Krejci finally like hung it up. And he made a good impression. Another guy who's a very good two-way player, and stuck with the Bruins. And unfortunately got hurt, which I was so bummed for him, because he was playing well. He's gonna play in the NHL for a long time. Like, he's already established that he can handle the NHL. He's gonna play for Boston for a long time. Another really good kid, nice kid. I loved Potsy.
So it really hurt me at trade deadline when my two favorites for prospects for the Leafs were Fraser Minton and Easton Cowan.
Yeah,
the real big two, other than Ben Danford.
Yeah, Danford.
As the third.
Yeah.
But it it was a nice little smile when I saw the Providence Bruins post Fraser Minton and Poitras together. So that was nice, at least.
Yeah, like really cool, and they're gonna love both those kids. Like just hard workers, and whether Minton ends up being a centerman full time in the league, like that's for him to say he doesn't quite have Potsy's size.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
just tremendous hard worker, and he's got some skill too.
Yeah.
They're gonna love both those guys, and we'll see what Boston turns into in the next 5 years. I think they got a lot of work to do, but not bad to set the stage with those two guys, that's for sure.
No.
But you still got Cowan.
Yeah.
You still got Cowan, so
I mean, he looks good in the O, but I don't know about the national.
yeah, again, a guy I don't watch all the time, but I talk to Mike Stubbs whenever they're in town and everything, and you see them so much, and they went on that run this year. A guy that I think is unfairly being compared to Mitch Marner because it's the same type of path.
Yeah.
London Knight, he's skilled. He doesn't have Mitch skill. Very few people do.
Yeah.
The thing that I think will help Cowan be just fine and be an NHLer. Now I don't know what that means yet, whether he'll be a high point guy or whatever, but he works extremely hard, and he doesn't just score fancy goals. He scores hard-working goals. He's not afraid to get. Yeah, and the thing that I really like about him too is his legs are always moving in the offensive zone. He doesn't stand still and wait for the puck. He goes and gets it.
He does. Yeah.
He's a good player.
That's something I've definitely seen watching him more. So.
Yeah.
You guys okay?
Yeah, what happened?
I just made
Yeah, were you guys having a staring contest? I was like, I want to acknowledge this, but
I was just making faces at him, and then he finally looked at me. That's all.
I didn't want to start laughing and ruin your conversation.
no, it is.
Well, I need another bear.
I do too.
Okay.
I think Curb gets set up for a little Curb's corner action.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Yeah,
Can
let's
we,
do it.
Can we still smack you in the head?
Yeah, 100%. I got a strong head.